In recent years, when we look at actors who portray superheroes, one of the most notable names is Tom Holland. According to some, his mannerisms are very charming, while others find him overly childish. Especially when he first took on the role of Spider-Man, he became the main target of criticism from many people. So did Tom Holland really deserve all these criticisms? Does he truly have a childish nature? Or has he managed to make audiences love the roles he has played through this very charm? Today, together, we will examine Tom Holland's acting career and the challenges he faced while building it. If you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and share them. Now, if you're ready, let's take a detailed look at Tom Holland's life. First of all, our young actor Tom Holland was born on June 1st, 1996 in London, England. Although not widely known, just like Robert Pattinson, his full name is Thomas Stanley Holland. Tom Holland was actually born into a very fortunate family because his family was deeply involved in the arts. His mother, Nicola Elizabeth Frost, is a photographer, and his father, Dominic Holland, is a comedian and writer. Tom has 3 brothers, which contributed to him having a very energetic and lively personality. This characteristic actually helped him adapt to the stage very quickly. However, at a young age, Tom Holland's family received bad news from doctors. He was diagnosed with dyslexia. This condition sometimes made his education quite difficult, but fortunately, with the support of his family, he managed to overcome these challenges and complete his education. Tom initially began his career with dance. In fact, the foundations of his career were built on dance. From a very young age, he was interested in hip-hop dancing and wanted to train in this field. His family never tried to hold him back from pursuing his dreams and sent him to a dance course. Tom Holland's talent was recognized very quickly. During a dance performance, a discovery was made that would completely change the course of his life. Thanks to this discovery, he was introduced to the world of theater, and in 2008, he took part in the musical Billy Elliot the Musical, which was staged in West End, one of London's most famous theater districts. This role was not a minor or background role at all. He directly portrayed the lead character Billy Elliot. This theater experience played a crucial role in developing his stage performance and discipline, because this period was extremely intense and demanding. Many people would probably not be able to handle such pressure and would give up at some point. Perhaps this is what made Tom special. Even today, in order to portray a character, he studies that character's traits and rehearses for long periods to become almost identical to them. This dedication was already evident during his early theater days. Most of his week was spent on intense rehearsals and performances, while he also tried to continue his education at the same time. This process essentially shaped the charming Tom Holland we know today. His full transition into cinema came in 2012. He starred alongside Naomi Watts and Ewan McGregor in the film The Impossible. The character he portrayed in the film was named Lucas Bennett. Bennett was a child trying to survive during the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami. Tom Holland told the story of this child through his performance. Thanks to the talent he displayed in this film, Tom Holland received full marks from many critics and became the focus of widespread praise. He was even nominated for many awards thanks to this performance. In fact, through this film, Tom Holland proved that he would not only be limited to charming or energetic roles, but that he could also successfully perform dramatic roles if he wanted to. Tom Holland's real turning point, as you can all probably guess, was when he crossed paths with Marvel Studios. In 2015, the Marvel Cinematic Universe was looking for a new Spider-Man. Thousands of young actors auditioned for this role, and Tom had a lot of competition. The screen test lasted for weeks, and since the Spider-Man character performs many acrobatic moves, there were also numerous challenging physical tests. Fortunately, Tom managed to stand out in the auditions and proved that he was the best actor for the role. Just 1 year later, in 2016, even though he was only 20 years old, he portrayed Spider-Man in Captain America: Civil War. Tom Holland's portrayal of Peter Parker as a very charming and energetic character was highly appreciated by many audiences. He played the young Peter Parker in a very humorous way, and since he was a relatively inexperienced superhero, he was constantly amazed by the other superheroes he encountered in the film. These moments of surprise made the audience laugh a lot and helped them connect with him. A small group of people criticized this approach, saying that Spider-Man is a much more serious character and should not react to situations this way. However, since the overall reception was very positive, neither Tom Holland nor Marvel Studios objected to this portrayal. After this film, the first trilogy he led, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home, took Tom Holland's career to the top. Especially No Way Home achieved billions of dollars in global box office revenue and secured a huge place in cinema history. One of the main reasons these films were so successful was how they showed the young Peter Parker maturing as he gained experience and grew older. Spider-Man never lost his humorous side, but he was no longer as inexperienced as before. Holland balanced this perfectly and almost became one with the character. It felt as if Tom Holland wasn't acting as Peter Parker Parker in Spider-Man, but rather the audience was watching a young boy named Tom Holland become Spider-Man. In a way, Tom Holland had become Spider-Man himself. At the same time, the chemistry between Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. was also highly appreciated by audiences. The interactions between the young Spider-Man and the experienced Iron Man created a big brother-little brother dynamic, and over time, this relationship was even described as a father-son bond. Iron Man was always there for Spider-Man during difficult times, guiding and protecting the young superhero. Spider-Man, in return, never lost his respect and admiration for Iron Man, using the knowledge and experience he gained from him to fight his enemies more effectively. Because of this incredible chemistry, audiences became deeply attached to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Additionally, since the films included connections to past Spider-Man movies, they created a strong sense of nostalgia for older viewers as well. Although Tom Holland was very happy portraying Spider-Man, he did not want to build his career around a single character. He did not want to go through what Robert Pattinson experienced. For this reason, he made an effort to take part in different projects and showcase his acting abilities in various areas. In films like The Devil All the Time, Cherry, and Uncharted, he portrayed different characters and expanded his acting range. In Uncharted, he actually played a character with traits similar to Spider-Man. It was a character capable of parkour, running, and performing incredible acrobatic moves, but the most obvious similarity was that he portrayed a younger version of Nate, a talented thief. Even though this thief was highly skilled, he was still inexperienced and needed someone to guide him like an older brother. That's where the character Sully came in and mentored Nate. In that sense, Nate and Peter shared similar characteristics. Because of this, although Tom delivered a very successful performance and showcased his incredible talent, audiences were not as surprised by this role. What truly surprised audiences was the film Cherry. In this movie, he portrayed a character dealing with addiction and trauma. Tom delivered an outstanding performance in this role, proving that he could also take on darker and more dramatic characters. Although Tom Holland's career has been very successful, like many actors, he has also faced pressure. However, for the first time, this pressure was not negative, but rather humorous and lighthearted. Tom often accidentally revealed spoilers during interviews, essentially leaking inside information. Although the studio initially warned him seriously about this, over time they noticed that the public responded very positively to it. As a result, they stopped treating it as a serious issue. They still warn him, but now they do it openly and jokingly in front of everyone, and Tom responds in the same humorous way. Tom Holland has become a figure who is seen as extremely likable by both actors and audiences. In fact, the studio also learned something from his behavior. Previously, actors were always expected to act serious, answer standard questions, and stay within certain boundaries. But Tom was very different. He built a strong connection with his audience, even interacting and joking with them directly in some programs. Seeing how well this was received by the public, studios no longer try to confine their actors into strict molds as much as before. In this sense, Tom Holland has created significant changes in the industry at a very young age. Because of this, I personally don't think audiences would easily accept or want someone else to take over the roles he plays. What do you think about this? Do you think someone else should portray Spider-Man instead of Tom Holland? Especially if one of the previous Spider-Man actors returned, how do you think that would be? Personally, I like Tom's Spider-Man slightly more than the others. At first, my favorite Spider-Man was the one portrayed by Tobey Maguire, but as the new films came out, I grew much more attached to Tom's version. Of course, Tobey's Spider-Man will always have a special place for me because he was one of the most important figures of my teenage years. Tom Holland's private life is perhaps one of the calmest among famous figures. More accurately, he tries to keep his personal life as far away from social media and tabloids as possible. In fact, at one point, he said that social media was negatively affecting his mental health and that he was wasting hours on it unnecessarily, so he completely shut down his accounts and stepped away from social media. However, this didn't escape the attention of fans and the media, and his relationship with Zendaya became public. The two had acted together in the Spider-Man films and grew close during that time. Tom Holland and Zendaya keeping their relationship very private actually turned out to be a disadvantage for them in some ways because many false rumors were constantly being spread about them. Marriage rumors, pregnancy rumors, and many other claims were made, some of which even appeared in the media. While some of these claims were firmly denied by the couple, others were simply ignored. So, what do you think? Do you think it's the right decision for Tom Holland and Zendaya to keep their relationship this private? So, dear friends, Tom Holland has gained the appreciation and admiration of many people with his charming, energetic, and humorous personality, while also attracting the attention of many directors and producers with his acting talent. There is no doubt that he will achieve even greater success and accomplish even better projects in the future. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of content, and leave a comment about whose life you'd like me to talk about in the next video. That's all from me for today. Until we meet in the next video, take good care of yourselves. Goodbye.